boxing world? JF Sports. I'm back. Is there a beef going on with Mayweather and Broner? Because it sure as hell looked like it. It sounds like it. You know, we haven't really seen Broner and Mayweather together. Usually they have, articles and pictures and videos that come out, especially on YTBC, some of these big channels, and on the news, particularly Fight Hype or TMC Sports, about Broner and Mayweather together, either talking, taunting, insulting, having fun, having a good ass time. But we haven't seen any lately. As a matter of fact, the last notable togetherness, if that even makes sense to you guys, was on the Sean Porter press conference, the final one. When Mayweather was next to Broner before he gave his speech, and that was it. I don't really remember. I may have remembered Broner giving the knuckle to Mayweather prior to the Berto fight in the locker room, but I'm not too sure about that. But yes, definitely there might be something going on. This is kind of funny though, and ironic that every time Mayweather gets close to somebody, he tends to get beef with him. I wonder who's the problem. Is it Adrien the problem Broner? Or is it just Mayweather can't keep friends? I don't know, man. I don't, a lot of people before criticized Mayweather of not really having like friend. Yes, obviously Mayweather has a lot of employees and he could easily call them friends like LRB, all them other cats in his corner. But those are just simply that, in my own opinion. Those are employees that you can probably tell them whatever you want and they'll believe it. They won't necessarily be honest with you. But the point that I'm trying to make is, does Floyd Mayweather really have any true friends? I'm not even talking about, friends that only your friends because you have a fight, that would watch your fight, or if you, I don't know, went somewhere and you guys are both there and you guys would, sit down and talk and laugh about stuff. Not that type of friend. I'm talking about a friend that it calls you and actually tells you if you're wrong, that actually, ride with you type of stuff. You know what I mean? So I don't see or hear. I mean, 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson was one of the notable ones, which also parted ways with Mayweather. That was back then. As a matter of fact, 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson was the one that actually brought out the Mayweather can't read controversy. It was a back and forth taunting on social media. 50 Cent offering Mayweather X amount of money to read a page on a Harry Potter book or some stuff like that. There's so many secrets that Mayweather has, that's for sure. It's not a lie, or it's no secret either, that Mayweather, he's good at what he does, right? He's good at boxing, whatever you want to call it, right? We don't necessarily agree with him, especially me, I don't. Especially with all the controversies his cherry picking he's been doing lately. I don't necessarily agree with him. But he's got talent. We all know that. Now, this video is not about that. It's about having friends or having beef with people that are actually starting to get close to you or already close to you. Seems like Mayweather can't keep them. Is it the money? Is it the fame? Does Mayweather always want to be the boss? I mean, that's cool to buy people and stuff like that. And if you got, if you're into that and if you got all the money in the world, but that's a very sad and lonely world, though. If you really think about it, you got all the money in the world. You can buy whatever you want. There's nothing in the world that you can't buy. But there's thing called friends that you probably one thing in the world that you can't buy, right? Sucks, man. I thought that Broner, as he calls Mayweather his big bro, I mean, I thought they're really that type of relationship, like big bro, You can tell some tense there, as I went back and watched Alakverdia fight again before I made my post-fight final thoughts. You guys watch the video. If you guys check out my channel, it's there. But before I made my final thoughts on the Broner Alakverdia fight, I watched the fight again, just to make sure that I saw things that I thought I saw. But when Broner started talking about answering the question of Jim Gray on the post-fight interview, there was some friction in his words. You know what I mean? As far as when he mentioned Big Bro, when he said Mayweather or Big Bro, he calls him. They got a fighter for him. It didn't feel right. You know what I'm saying? Usually it's all about praising my big bro. I'm looking up to my big bro. But it seems like Broner now is like somewhat, a little bit, not completely, but somewhat mature a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He's actually starting to demand things. Well, he is a 7-figure fighter now, and he's just won his 4th title. So I mean, obviously he's gonna have some balls to demand stuff and actually, fight whoever he wants and whenever he wants. Kind of like how Floyd Mayweather got up in the ranks, so to speak, right? So that's what Broner is headed to. But as far as Broner and Mayweather's relationship, man, I think there's something going on in there. I'm not quite sure yet. Not too many things coming out on social media, especially on the news. But I think there's something going on there, And I can only think of a few things that actually could have went on to, to judge some conclusions of what's going on now. Because we haven't, like I said, we haven't seen any videos, pictures of them together, talking, taunting, having a good ass time. Nothing, right? The only thing I can think of is when, what is it, Mayweather put on social media that it was like a shot to Broner saying that, excuse me or excuse us or excuse me for having some friends that are immature. When this is the time frame when Broner was acting childish and immature, taunting everybody and being a sore loser after the Sean Porter fight, telling everybody F you and this and that and don't give a F about you and all this stuff on his Twitter. I mean, he said a lot of stuff, and he pissed a lot of people off. There's no doubt about that. But I think Mayweather didn't want to be a part of that. And I thought friends are friends. I thought they would be friends and ride like that. Like, a true friend, right, is going to be there, win or lose. Yes, Broner lost embarrassingly to Sean Porter, especially after all that taunt. But I thought that Mayweather would got his back on that. But I guess Mayweather didn't want to be part of that. And, if you really, really think about it, why would Mayweather has an opponent for Broner to actually try to beat him, right? So there's got to be some beef there. I'm sure we'll hear more as the days come on. But that's crazy, man. Mayweather, 50 Cent, now Broner, and he also had beef with Nelly, which is with his ex-fiance now, and he all had beef with T.I. So, man, I guess Floyd Mayweather don't really have any real friends now, or does he? Except for Ellerby. And I wonder what happens if Mayweather actually gets out of the game, because he's not official. They said it's official, he's retired, but he's not really. You really can't believe that. His sanctioning bodies kept him or allowed him to keep his titles. What does that mean? That he can come back anytime he wants. But he's not officially retired yet. I don't think Mayweather will retire until at least after 50th fight. But I think he'll fight again. I believe that. With an unknown opponent or an easy opponent like Berto. But anyway, so I guess, damn, Broner and Mayweather might be on some, bitter stage at their relationship right now, So I'm sure, like I said, we'll hear more about that. But goddamn, that sucks, man. When you actually gotta buy your freaking friends, right? Because that's what Mayweather's doing right now. He's just really buying his friends. Without his fame and his money, who can you really say that oh, that guy ride with him? You know what I mean? Nobody, man. Usually you see him with videos and stuff and articles. He's always like going to the gym by himself and stuff in his sports car, and then he's got his bodyguards obviously, and he talks to certain people, some people in the gym, and that's it. It's not like somebody. I mean, yeah, every now and then you'll see TMC Sports, or not. I'm sorry, not Fight Hype, interviewer or whatever you would call it. Somebody from Fight Hype would ride with him in his car to McDonald's or something like that, while talking to him or interviewing him. But other than that, there's no really real friends, what I'm saying? Somebody that you actually see with Mayweather at all times. One came close to it was 50 Cent and then Broner. But like I said, we haven't seen that lately. So, man, I don't know what's going on. But I guess Broner, it's time to stand up for himself. Mature a little bit and say, you know what? I don't need Mayweather. I've never needed Mayweather. I can do it on my own. Because I guess you guys know, Broner is not with Mayweather. Broner is a friend of Mayweather, so to speak. But he's not his promoter, Broner is with Al Heyman. So, like I said in a post-fight interview with Jim Gray, he said, hey, I'm going to fight who I want, when I want, And being the title holder at the moment at 140, well, he could probably do that and, keep making seven figures, right? I don't think Broner would ever take a fight again without making seven figures. That's just my opinion. He is a seven-figure fighter, and I'm sure a lot of people are jealous of him because of that, especially of how brash Adrien Broner is, what I'm saying? He's not really the most likable guy outside the ring, what I'm saying? Kind of like Mayweather. So, and a lot of people actually compare Broner to Mayweather, or Mayweather to Broner, vice versa, because of their style. Broner tend to have the same style as his big bro, Mayweather, with the shoulder roll and right arm or right hand in the face type of stance in boxing. So yeah, I mean, a lot of people saying that Broner is the closest one to Mayweather. So with that said, man, I guess Broner is hurt that Mayweather put out that speech or that comment in social media saying that he apologized for the childness or the what was the word? Not childish. For the immature. There you go. The immature works of Broner. What I'm saying? So I guess Broner didn't take that too well. And as you guys know, Broner lately hasn't really talked to media. And that's also because of Dan Rafael. I mean, I guess Broner is coming to his senses that, man, a lot of people have been targeting me lately, and all I do is just have a good ass time and entertain people, like. And all of a sudden, even my big bro Mayweather is taunting me and not approving of my actions, And then came along that is Dan Rafael, shot him on social media, and shit goes to hell. I guess Broner said, you know what? This is what I'm thinking. Broner probably came to his senses and said, you know what? From now on, man, I'm gonna be my own boss. I don't need no friends. I don't need nobody. I'm just gonna fight. And you know what? That's fine. You come out there and perform well, impressively all the time, and win all the time, and then that many really people can, that can say anything about you. People are gonna watch your fight, regardless how much shit they talk about you. They're gonna watch your fight. So if that's what he's going for, well, he's on the right track, that's for sure. But as far as Mayweather-Broner friendship, I think that's on the limbo at the moment. I don't have any hard evidence. I don't have any articles that I can cut and paste the link to and put in my description. I don't have any of that. I'm just basing this off rumors that I'm seeing, as far as Broner's speeches and Mayweather's taunt on social media. You know what I'm saying? I'm just putting this stuff together. Like I said, don't quote me on all the stuff that I said. I'm just giving you guys my opinions. But if you guys do know what's going on, please feel free to let us know. Drop us a comment. Put those comments in the comment section so we'd actually know what's going on. Because as a boxing fan, as all of us are, we want to know what's going on in the boxing community, right? But I'm sure there's more stuff that comes out. But I don't know, man. That's another friend of Mayweather parting ways with him. What the heck is the problem, man? I thought the problem Broner was the one with the problem. I don't know. kind of in the limbo. It is crazy. So are they officially beefing? That's the real question. You know what I'm saying? Are they officially beefing? So is that means that Broner lost all respect for Mayweather? You guys know Mayweather, the one that trained Broner. Okay, another point. This just came to my senses. Broner was trained by Mayweather prior to the Sean Porter fight. I guess Mayweather expected a lot out of Broner and actually knock out or win the fight against Sean Porter, which he didn't. Would that be enough reason to kind of like let go of your friend though? To bash your friend on social media? That's kind of a low blow, you know? I mean, if I had a friend of mine, win or lose, I would stick with him, you know? I guess that's not Mayweather's MO. You lose, you lose. And I guess Broner took that to the heart, and that's why he parted ways with Mayweather. I believe so. I don't think they're together right now. You know what I'm saying? As far as friendship goes, I don't think they'd be calling each other every day on the phone. That's for damn sure. But it's crazy, man. You know, I don't know if Mayweather thinks that Broner has a lot of ego than him. You know, has better ego. You know, Mayweather don't like that. Mayweather don't like it when you're trying to overtop him. You know what I'm saying? When you try to go over him. You know what I'm saying? Because contrary to popular belief, Broner right now is making a lot of noise in the boxing community. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily Mayweather, especially after that Berto fight. Yes, Mayweather made some money and stuff, you know, $30-something million, but people are shitting on Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of the IB gate came out, and then the cherry picking came out, and then, you know, and then the I'm retired now speech came out, and the sanctioning bodies allowed him to keep the belts, which is questionable if Mayweather actually retired. I mean, there's all kinds of some stuff that people could backlash on. You know what I'm saying? That things could backlash on Mayweather right now. So he's not really relevant at the moment. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Mayweather will always be relevant. Don't get me wrong. You know, Mayweather would always be relevant in the sport of boxing. I get that. You know, whether we are a Mayweather fan or not, we get that. But as far as who's creating all the commotions and all these stories at the moment, hey, Broner's making a lot of noise, and noises like that makes money, and that's what Broner is about. You know, like I said, I'm not a big fan of Broner nor Mayweather outside the ring. You know, definitely not. But you know, as far as Broner being inside the ring, he is fast. You know, he's got talent, that's for sure. So, but yeah, Theo Payne has just supposedly officially accepted Broner's challenge, and see what Broner has, you know, see what Broner will say next. We're waiting for that answer from Broner. Theo Payne Ashley is working for Floyd Mayweather, so I have no doubt that if there's beef going on right now with Broner and Mayweather, that they would actually make that fight happen, and it'll be interesting, like I said in my last video. So back to the question: is Mayweather and Broner officially beefing? Let me know what you guys think. Drop me a comment. And as always, thank you for watching.